Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News and Rumors. This video is brought to you by SeatGeek. If you guys are looking for tickets for anything in the world, use code Hodge on SeatGeek and save yourselves 20 freaking bucks. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Olivia Brandon here, and welcome back to another juicy episode of WWE News and Rumors. So basically, guys, we have a lot to talk about today. I don't got time to sit here and even say another word, even though I'm going to have to transition. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you some juicy news and rumors. Alright, the first news story. Now, a lot of you may already know about this, but some of you may not. The majority of you watching this probably do not, because not a lot of people watch Talking Smack. So Talking Smack is the after show of Smackdown. Normally nothing like newsworthy happens on that. But just something interesting. I don't know if the promos are scripted or not. I imagine they're just off the cuff or whatever. Daniel Bryan, I'm actually wearing a shirt, some support Daniel Bryan in this video, but Daniel Bryan was actually on it, and he mentioned a name that we haven't heard a lot of, people mention in the WWE in a while. A name he mentioned last night on the Talking Smack show. Daniel Bryan was talking, and he mentioned CM Punk. Now, I don't know if this was just a thing he already got approved for, just to kind of get some attention towards him or whatever. But basically, he said he's tired of being in the back burner. He's tired of all that, and he's ready to be like the champion he was before CM Punk or whatever. So he mentioned CM Punk. It's a very, very big deal, I guess. I mean, obviously, everyone loves to talk about CM Punk ever returning to the WWE. It's been, when did he leave? Like 2015, so we're going on 6 years now. I don't know, but every time anyone ever mentions CM Punk on WWE TV, even after 6 years, it's just like the biggest deal in the world, and it just speaks to how like amazing of a wrestler CM Punk was and how much of an impact he actually made in the business. But anyway, yeah, Daniel Bryan mentioned CM Punk on Talking Smack. I wish I could show you the clip. I cannot, but it is around if you guys want to watch it after you hear all the juicy news and rumors. Alright, the next news story. Now today's Saturday is the day after Friday, if you guys don't know how days of the week were for some reason. But basically last night was Friday Night Smackdown, and I don't know how they get this stuff this fast, but we already know the ratings for Smackdown, how many viewers actually were watching Smackdown last night. Apparently it totaled 2.0 million. I don't know if this includes like international or if this is just like network Fox things in the United States. I imagine this is just United States viewers. So there's 2 million United States viewers, I would imagine. So the rating was 2 million. I don't think that's international. And someone can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong here. But SmackDown got 2 million. I mean, I'm just surprised they're even getting 2 million. I'm happy they're getting 2 million, to be honest, because, Raws can't even hit 2 million anymore. I mean, we're not at a point where we're pulling in 20 million people like we used to in wrestling. I know there's a lot contributing to that. The pandemic doesn't help. The lack of fans doesn't help. The lack of character development doesn't help. There's a lot of contributing factors here. But if you guys were wondering about SmackDown ratings, we pulled in 2 million viewers. February is always like a weird time for wrestling because it's that weird in-between period. I'm thinking like March, mid-March, when things start to hype up more towards the road to WrestleMania or whatever. I think things will bounce up a little bit more. All right, the next news story. This one is very, very interesting to say the least. So, SmackDown, sometimes they do those backstage things or whatever. They show a wrestler backstage. Right? And basically, at the bottom of the screen, it says, up next on SmackDown or later tonight, whatever it says Roman Reigns versus Goldberg, which is very interesting. It says Roman Reigns versus Goldberg at WrestleMania. That is not the current planned match for WrestleMania unless something is supposed to be changing. So I don't know who screwed that up in the production truck, but that actually appeared. That's legit. It was on TV. Someone put at the bottom of the screen on SmackDown, Goldberg versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Now, as of right now, that's not the match unless they plan to change something. I hope they don't change anything. Right now, the planned match is Roman Reigns versus Edge for the Universal Championship. Hopefully nothing changes, but yeah, that's what it said at the bottom of the screen. That's very, very interesting. I know that may have been the plan a few months ago, but then Edge got cleared and he came back and things changed. I don't know if someone's playing a joke. I mean, there's a lot of scenarios here. There's a legitimate thing that appeared on SmackDown last night. Alright, let's jump to the final news story before we jump into some rumors. So this one is also about Goldberg. So that brings up the question, us talking about that thing appearing on screen, that brings up the question, is Goldberg having a match at WrestleMania? Like, what's the deal with Goldberg? What's the deal with his contract? How many matches does this guy have a year? How many matches does he have left? How long is this contract? There's a lot of answers, there's a lot of questions here, and I have the answers for you guys. So apparently Goldberg, he obviously had a match at the Royal Rumble. Apparently for the year 2021, he only has one more match he can do. So it's up to WWE if they want to use that one match for WrestleMania, or if they want to hold off until they can have like a full crowd back and they can do it at SummerSlam or Survivor Series, or maybe something else. I don't know, but they have one more they can use in the year 2021. But apparently Goldberg's contract does not end until 2023. 2023 is actually when Goldberg's contract is up with the WWE, so he has a lot more matches to do. So all you Goldberg fans, get used to it, because Goldberg has more matches in the WWE, and at least one more this year. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's actually the only confirmed news stories I need to talk to you guys about today. But don't you dare go anywhere, guys, because things are about to get juicy around here. And I go and suggest for you guys to go and get your juice boxes out. Get your juice boxes ready, because ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to talk about some juicy rumors. Alright, the first rumor is about a name that I really wish WWE would sign, but for some reason they don't want to, I guess. This rumor is actually about Carlito. So Carlito is a name. Originally, I thought he was going to be scheduled for the Raw Legends night. He didn't show up. I was disappointed. Apparently, someone mistakenly advertised him when they didn't even work out a deal, which kind of made me have a big letdown. I'm like, will we ever see Carlito inside the WWE again? Well, my dream came true. It did happen at the Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble, his music hit. Unfortunately, he could not spit the apple because that is not pandemic approved. As many of you know, we don't need to be spitting in people's faces, even if it's an apple, but it's covered in your whatever. Carlito. The question remains: are they going to sign the guy? Like, he was in the Rumble, he was at the Raw the night after, but he didn't really get a contract. He didn't get signed. He's not an active wrestler. Carlito continues to say, like, he's been interviewed and things like that. He has said he has no active contract with the WWE, and he would like to have one, but they have not offered him one at the current moment. Another rumor that was going around, that this rumor is a rumor of a rumor. Let me try to rephrase that. This rumor is proving a rumor wrong. So Carlito, there was a rumor going around that he was offered a backstage producing job. Instead of being a wrestler, we're like, let's have you be a backstage producer, my man. And he's like, no, what the hell's wrong with you? Apparently that did not happen. That was just completely made up by someone. A lot of these sources you can never trust. That's why I always say all the rumors, guys, take it with a grain of salt, because you never know if they're true or not true, or who made them up, or, it could be some kid in the parents' basement making it up. Or it could be some person that's working right next to Vince McMahon who's leaking the stuff to someone. We never really know. But apparently this is one about Carlito being offered a backstage producing job is complete BS and not true whatsoever. Alright, next rumor is about our current WWE champion, The Miz. So The Miz is the current WWE champion. Am I even saying that? Are those words actually coming out of my mouth? The Miz is the WWE champion again. What? It just feels so weird to say that. So there's a lot of rumors going around about Miz, and we've talked about those in the past few weeks here on the News Rumor Show. But basically, this one is saying, and this one I guess is coming directly from The Miz. He was on Renee Young's podcast. She has a podcast now that she's doing. She's interviewing active WWE wrestlers, so I guess WWE and her are friendly because she has to get like approval from the office to have like wrestlers on, I believe that's the process. Miz basically said that he did not know he was cashing in. He did not know he was winning the WWE Championship until literally hours before he went out to do it, because apparently the afternoon of Elimination Chamber, he had no idea he was cashing in, had no idea he was walking out of wherever the hell the thing is. I guess they're stuck in one location now. So walking out of the Thunderdome, I guess, as the WWE Champion. He didn't know that until literally hours before he went out. They're just running such a sloppy ship anymore, but it's kind of a last-minute decision. Miz cashing in and becoming the WWE Champion. It's a last-minute decision by whoever, powers that be, Mr. McMahon or whoever.
Did you just say I run a sloppy ship? I'm so sick of you just talking crap about me all the time. It hurts my feelings.
Alright, the next rumor is also about The Miz. So Miz is the current WWE Champion. There's been a rumor going around that Miz will not be WWE Champion just going into the WrestleMania show. And the WrestleMania show, is only, we could say it's a few weeks away. Really, it kind of is, because, here in a few days it's going to be March, and then it's the beginning of April, so it's literally just slightly over a month away. We don't know really too many matches for WrestleMania, but anyway, the question is Miz going in as WWE Champion? I've heard rumors ever since Miz cashed in that he is just kind of a filler champion to kind of fill the gap, and he'll be losing the championship to someone. It's either going to be Bobby Lashley or Drew McIntyre, I would imagine, before WrestleMania. Miz will not be in the WrestleMania match. They actually have other plans for The Miz for WrestleMania. So the question remains, what are those plans? Apparently, it is still going to be, and this was a rumor I think like a month ago or something like that. It is actually going to be The Miz versus Bad Bunny. Now, this could go two ways. I don't think it's going to be a singles match. I personally think they're going to do a tag team if Morrison gets cleared, because as we talked about in the last news episode, Morrison does have a knee injury. Hopefully he'll be okay for WrestleMania. But I'm thinking it's going to be like a tag match, like Miz and Morrison versus the team of Bad Bunny and Damian Priest. That's what I see happening, but maybe that's just me. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, go and get your tissues out. Get your tissues ready, because, ladies and gentlemen, this is the saddest part of the whole video. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final news story. This is the final rumor. This is the final thing I will be talking about inside of this episode of WWE News and Rumors. So this one, I don't know what to say. I guess we can put up the WrestleMania logo, kind of. This is kind of like a backstage creative kind of rumor. So WWE, they change up their backstage policies a lot in the way they do business backstage. Sometimes for the better, but most of the time it seems to be more to the what in the hell are you doing kind of side of things. So this one has basically said that all members of creative and all the producers and everyone have been informed, definitely not, and this is, I guess, John Laurinaitis told everyone this, do not tell the wrestlers / talent, whatever we want to call them, superstars, whatever, do not tell them what they're doing for WrestleMania. Do not tell them their WrestleMania plans. Now, I don't know necessarily the reasoning for this. It could be a thing, we don't want them running their mouths to like family and friends and then it getting out there and getting leaked. Or it could be a thing of we have a set plans for these superstars, what they're doing for WrestleMania. We do not want them to know because they'll try to come at us and say, oh, we don't want to do that or whatever. We want to do something else or bring ideas or try and change up plans or things like that. And they don't want the talent's input. Now, one side of this makes sense, the side of like leaking things that they don't want leaked. Kind of, but the wrestlers involved should know what they're doing for the biggest show of the entire year. The side of the coin I don't like about this is the more that WWE put in these new policies, it just seems like such a Hollywood, like, they're actors kind of thing. This is not professional wrestling. This is not the way professional wrestling is or ever has been. Being like, you guys are actors, you guys don't have to know what you're doing. We'll tell you the day before what you're doing. You guys have no input. There's a wall here. You guys are paid actors, and we will hand you the script when we are ready for you to play your role. I hate that. I really hate that. I really hope this isn't a theme that keeps up. Hopefully they realize how stupid this is. The wrestlers need to know what they're doing, because the wrestlers are a vital part of the business. They have to know what they're doing. They can come up with ideas themselves. They can make the things their own, because when it's such a scripted Hollywood performance, it just turns to absolute crap, and it's just horrible. And you know, WWE really got to knock this Hollywood script actor thing off. They're not actors. They're professional wrestling. You're literally killing your own business. And the only way you're keeping the business alive is to do with a deal with freaking Saudi Arabia or something. Sorry, that's just a little rant from me, but I really hate this rule if this is actually true. So you guys saw that is actually going to do it for this episode of WWE News and Rumors. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Right now on the screen I'm going to leave a link to 2 previous videos for you guys to check out, as well as a button to subscribe to this channel if you're brand new here. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for watching this video. I am Brandon Hodge, and I will see you guys in the next video.